Are you okay?
Okay, now I can hear you. That was really odd.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you can hear me because you're gonna have to hear me for this to work
That'd be really weird to do a whole episode where I can't hear you at all.
and try to like decipher what I'm saying when there's nothing coming through your headphones. That would actually be
That
pretty
sounds
interesting.
that sounds fun for no one.
I mean, I think I can make it a fun game if we're being honest.
Okay, speaking of being honest, I gotta be honest with you. Today's Wednesday, right? We normally record on Mondays.
Yes.
And then Monday, I was like, I'm just not feeling it. Let's do Tuesday. Tuesday, you were like, I'm out with friends. Let's do Wednesday. And now it's a Wednesday. And I'm so happy we waited until Wednesday because this weekend was so intense that I needed the 2 days to recover.
I get that. I totally
And
understand that.
it was so much human interaction that I was done with human interaction for a while.
I also completely understand that too. But first, before we get into our weekends, I'm Ricki,
I'm Jake.
and you're listening to 20 Somethings Doing Nothing.
This morning I heard you on the radio and it was really cool.
I know. I like wasn't expecting to be on just yet. And they asked me to come on just to do like a hi and introduce me. And I was like, oh my God, this is so crazy. What is life? It's
It was
happening.
pretty cool. You sounded good.
Thanks. I'm glad you listened.
Which
We love a
I
supportive
hope you
bestie.
sounded good. I hope you sounded good because you're about to be on their radio show.
Yeah, it would suck if like at this moment I go on and they're like, what the fuck was that? And if I just absolutely sucked.
The
It's
cool
like
thing,
back out
okay,
of the contract. Back out.
so they said they had people apply from all over the place and they had a ton of applications and whatever, and they'd all gone home and listened to people's air checks and whatever, and they all came back and they're like, "We like Ricki." And I was like, "That's
Yeah,
freaking awesome." Like
which
everyone
is
just
crazy.
agreed that they liked
Which is
you.
also so crazy and so unexpected to hear. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm taken aback."
That's what I was saying. I was like, I don't even like her, and I've been doing a podcast with her for so many years, so it's like kind of wild.
I hate you so much. You love me.
I do love you.
But yes, that was very fun. It was very unexpected, but in like a great way. Um, and I'm so excited to start on the 26th. It's so soon.
Like of this month,
Yeah, April 26th. That's my first day.
that's crazy. That's in 12 days from right now, from when we're recording.
Yes. I leave on Saturday. I move in on Sunday, and then I start
Wait,
work on the 26th.
wait. You're leaving this week?
Yes, on
Are you
Saturday.
kidding?
On Saturday.
That's wild.
Yeah, because I got to drive there with all my stuff, and then I got to kind of get everything situated.
How long's the drive?
13 hours.
I can't believe you're leaving this week.
Yeah, because my stepdad and my mom are helping me out. So they both run a business and they can only take certain days off and things like that. So I originally planned to leave like middle of next week, like Wednesday of next week, because I was like, oh, that's enough time for me to get everything situated before I start the Monday afterwards. But they can't do that. So we're doing it Saturday.
Wait, so you're going to have a week before you start when you're there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's for the best.
Yeah, it'll be nice because I can get settled in. I don't have to worry about any of that. Everything's good. I can explore. I could do things on my own and like get to know my neighborhood. I can rest. I feel like I haven't rested in forever.
Wait,
Exhausted.
so when we record next week's episode, you're going to be in Nashville.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's real. It's also real.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
But you
happy that
just reminded me I have to set up the internet in my apartment.
Did you get utilities also?
Yeah, like the power and everything goes on and like the water is all good. Like all that stuff is set up, but I forgot about internet. Whoops.
Whoops. What
Thanks for
internet
reminding
company do you
me.
have?
I have no idea. It's whatever that building like makes us have. Like we don't get to choose. So that's going to be interesting.
Because I have Optimum right now, and I will never in a million. I've talked about this before. I will never ever use Optimum again. They were just the fucking worst.
Yeah, you are the biggest Optimum hater I think I've ever met in my life.
I tweeted them all the time and they're like, how can we help you? And I just don't respond. I'm like, you can't. You literally can't help me.
You're fucking useless.
Like, just stop trying because it's not, it just doesn't, no.
But I mean, like, if you keep tweeting at them, their automated response is going to be, how can we help you?
Well, I just keep tweeting at them
Just
in the
stop
hopes that
tweeting at them.
other people will see my hatred for them and never use them as a company. I'm just trying to save
Okay,
other
not a bad
people
strategy.
from the headache that I've dealt with for the last 5 years.
You know, some would say that's admirable. So,
Yeah,
good on you.
it's good because one, it's helping other people, and two, it helps me put my frustration.
Release your anger.
Yes, release my anger. Thank you.
I knew that's where this is going.
Yep.
Is your hatred for Optimum your random shit topic?
No.
Okay, do you want to get into random shit?
Yes. So last week on Random Shit, I said that I really hated H&R Block, right? This has just become Jake's hating companies.
You really hate H&R Block.
This week, I'm going to turn it positive. I'm going to say that I love TurboTax because TurboTax has a new option where you can do a full service. You can like have somebody do your taxes for you, just like H&R Block or a normal accountant. And so I decided to do that because I don't trust myself with my taxes. And the price that it costs is nothing compared to what it would cost if I fucked up.
Okay, that's good because remember the time you did fuck up and you owed money to the government, which made no sense.
Yes, it was ridiculous. So I used their TurboTax new full service option, and it was an incredible experience. Well, not incredible. It was a really good experience. Way better than
your
H&R
previous. Yeah, there we go. Compared to your previous experience, it was way better.
And I used to use an accountant, and he was the same price, but everything was done over paper. So he would mail me shit, and I would sign it and mail it back. Blah blah blah. This is all online.
Awesome. Oh my goodness, are you okay?
Yes,
you were chugging seltzers before.
I was. So it was just a way better experience. And if you need to do your taxes still, I would recommend using H&R Block because,
Nope.
I would recommend using TurboTax because I had a very good experience.
Amazing. Love to hear it. TurboTax for the win.
TurboTax for the win.
I feel
what do you got?
I feel like, you know how Brody always rants about things that he hates?
Yes.
You're getting into that realm.
No. I want to rant about things that I love, though.
Okay. So you're making it a positive twist.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because nobody wants to hear me complain. Like, fuck that. I just want to turn it into something positive.
Okay. So that's why we're like, fuck yes to TurboTax.
Yes.
Those
fuck yes, TurboTax.
Guys.
Fuck no, H&R Block.
Right,
like if Brody were to tell this story,
this
story, it would be like 45 minutes of why H&R Block sucks. And I'm just like, H&R Block sucks, but this is why TurboTax is okay. So you're a random shit.
Mine is so different from yours. It's not about loving or hating anything, but I just found out that cinnamon comes from a cinnamomum tree.
Excuse me?
A cinnamomum tree.
No, it does not.
And I'm literally not okay about it.
Wait, so does cinnamon sticks grow on a fucking tree?
I think it's like the bark of the tree.
No way.
And it's literally spelled cinnamomum. Cinnamomum.
Cinnamomum. Let me take a
cinnamomum.
I'm going to take a cinnamomum here. Think about this.
I literally found this out and I was like, what the fuck?
Okay,
how lazy are we? We literally looked at something that's called a cinnamomum tree and we said, we'll name it cinnamon.
If anyone listening to this knew this fact, please let us know. Because I don't know anybody that knows that cinnamon comes from a cinnamomum tree.
Wait, say it again.
Cinnamomum.
It sounds like I don't even know what you're saying. It sounds like something so different, but it's so weird. It's so weird that it comes from that. And I don't feel right about it. Like my soul doesn't feel right. I'm not
This is
down.
really odd. So if you just put a cheese grater on this tree, will you get cinnamon?
I would think so, yeah. I think that's exactly how they do it. It's a giant cheese grater that just takes all of the cinnamon from the cinnamomum tree. like massive.
It takes like 7 guys to like.
Yes. Guys get
I love
paid
that.
minimum wage to just grate cinnamomum trees to get us the cinnamon.
Well,
I
I'm very
can't talk
thankful.
now.
I'm very thankful for the cinnamon graders.
Is your eye okay?
Yeah, it's just always tearing. Okay, I have one more random shit if you're done with that one.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I wrote this down in my notes, and it's because I've been taking public transportation lately, and I was thinking to myself, how prepared are you for an emergency situation?
Like on a subway?
Like anywhere,
Oh, just in general.
So one time I was at a dinner table and my uncle started choking and nobody really knew what to do, right? And I was like, well, is fucking awkward because he's choking and nobody has any idea what to do. So it was like, since then I've taken the CPR class and I like would know what to do in that situation because it's fucking scary. And
Did
then
you
I'm
take
like
the
thinking on
CPR
the
class
subway.
because of that?
No, I like had to take it for something, but it would just ended up
Okay.
working out well. I probably would have either way. So and then I've been taking the subway recently and I was thinking like what if somebody just like passes out on the subway or has a seizure? Like do you know what to do in this situation?
I know that when someone has a seizure, you want to make sure that they don't bite their tongue. I know that's a big deal.
Yeah, but
Like you want to
there's
like
nothing you can do to do that cuz you can't
well,
stick your finger in their mouth.
yeah, you're not supposed to stick your finger in their mouth, but you're supposed to like lay them a certain way. And I actually don't know the proper way. I just know that you're supposed to lay them a certain way. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know what I would do in a situation like that because I know I would want to help and I wouldn't know what the best thing to do to help would be. So I would probably just panic.
It just makes me angry that we're not taught these very basic things. Okay, ready? Stop, drop and roll. When were you taught that?
In like kindergarten,
Why?
just in case I ever caught fire. Like, that's why they teach you, just in case you ever catch
Wait,
fire.
say that one more time. Why were we taught that?
Just in case we ever catch fire.
Do you know anyone who's ever caught fire?
No.
Like, why was that drilled into our brains?
I have
Okay,
no idea.
if for some reason you're in a situation where you catch on fire, stop, drop, and roll, right? But they're like, okay, if somebody next to you can't fucking breathe or their heart stops, which is way more likely than you being caught on fire, we're not taught what to do. Why were we taught to stop, drop, and roll like you are going to catch on fire at some point in your life?
There will come a day that you will need this. Yeah, I
Have you
don't
ever thought about
know.
that? It's
No,
kind
but
of
that's fucked
wild.
up.
We should have been taught CPR. We should have been taught basic first aid. But
Well, I was
instead, we're
taught
taught.
CPR in high school.
Oh, I was not because my high school was a piece of shit, even though it was supposed to be a great public school. Stop, drop, and roll, right? That's what we were fucking taught to stop, drop, and roll because everyone in some point in life is going to be caught on fire.
It sounds outrageous now that you like say it out loud.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I would do in an emergency. I do know CPR, but I actually like don't trust myself to do it because I learned in high school and I don't actually know how good I am at it.
I
Like I
think
passed the class, but like I don't think that it was like really like an educational class. So I don't trust myself to actually do it. The teacher was kind of like a dodo. So I'd have to go to another class that's like legit.
like I feel like every employer should require once a year to have some sort of CPR or whatever it is first aid training because I mean,
Not a
it
bad
doesn't really
idea.
apply as much anymore because not a lot of people are in offices. But if you're in an office with a ton of people and something happens and everyone's just going to sit around fucking twiddling their thumbs, or unless everyone catches on fire, then everybody will be fine.
Right. Then we all know to stop, drop, and roll our asses so that we can be fine. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's a smart idea. I don't think any company would ever do it because companies don't want to spend money on things because money means less money for, you know, the guys who really need it, like the CEOs. So I don't really see that
Yeah,
happening.
the people
But
who
it's
we
not a
all
bad
work
idea,
for
Jake. And when you start your own company, you should implement that.
once a year.
I like that. Good on you, Jake.
So if you take anything out of this episode, it's stop, drop, and roll.
I have a question for you. More importantly,
Okay.
I have a bruise on my knee and it has to be from brunch on Sunday and I don't know what from.
Ricki.
What did I hit
This
my knee on?
this was the wildest outing I think we've ever had together.
Like, where did I hit my knee?
No,
That I
you
had
didn't.
it's like a thumbprint.
You had already had this bruise, and I remember this because when it was like the end of the day, we were in my apartment and you were looking at your knees and you're like, I have a bruise on my knees and I'm not sure where it's from. So you didn't get it when you were with me.
But there's no way because the picture that I posted, my knees are showed in the picture. Like in the picture, you can see my knees, and I don't have a bruise.
I don't know. You had it when you were in my apartment, so maybe you got it in my apartment.
I think that you beat me secretively, and I had no idea what the fuck happened.
I just beat you up.
Cause like it looks like a thumbprint. And then I have one on my other knee.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right
You
below
said
my
that.
knee.
You got like both knees. I have bruises.
Like, what the fuck did I do on Sunday?
I don't know. You were fucked up.
Can we talk about the topics that we discussed at brunch and how random and awkward and weird they were?
I don't even remember what we talked about at brunch. So sure, let's talk about it.
Good. So we talked about things, like penis sizes, very casual.
Oh yes.
We talked about new beer. You tried a new beer when we were out, the mango cart
Oh yeah. Delicious.
that you really liked, which I'm
Yeah.
so excited that you liked because I love mango cart. And that was like something that I would drink in Cali all the time before I found out that I
What-
had to be gluten free.
What's the brewery name? Do you remember? Golden something? Golden.
Yes. I can't think of what it is right now, but yeah, it's golden something.
Because they
Golden
also had
Road?
Golden Road. That's it. I think they also
Yeah.
had they have a melon cart and a pineapple cart, and the melon cart was delicious and tasted like melon. The mango cart was the best. I don't know why, and the pineapple cart was just didn't even taste like pineapple.
I had literally said to all of you because you and Mark didn't actually like you guys have never had it before. So you guys are really excited. Yeah, Yuritz's boyfriend. You guys are really excited to try them. And I had said mango's the best, melon's the second, and then pineapple's the last one. But you guys ordered pineapple, even though I said that that's the least delicious one. And you guys both, after ordering it, went, yeah, this one's not that great. And I was like, I fucking told you not to order it.
Well, now I
said
can
it wasn't
trust.
good.
Now I can trust your judgment in alcohol.
The worst friends. We also talked about engagement rings a lot. I know
I'm
Mark's
glad
like
you wrote this
entire
down
plan.
because I did not. Oh,
I know
you know
Mark's
his
like
plan?
yeah. Yeah, essentially.
surprised
Not
he
like his
told
whole
you.
in-depth plan, but I have an idea of what his plan is.
I'm surprised he told you.
Yeah. We had a whole
'Cause-
conversation about it.
If I was going to propose to Yuritsa, I would not tell you the plan.
Maybe he told me the plan and it's the wrong plan so that if I tell her the plan that I thought was his plan and that's not the real plan.
Huh?
Like maybe he told me a plan that's not really the plan because he knew that I would tell her the plan. So if I tell her the plan, that's not the actual real plan. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't think he's thinking into it that much.
I'm just saying it's totally possible.
It is possible, but I don't think that's the case.
It wasn't that in depth, the plan. It was very I just know surface level plan idea.
Can you
But I
tell
love
us?
it. No, I can't tell you.
Why not?
You should have paid attention with your drunk ass in the
I was not
corner,
listening.
not listening.
I was not listening.
That's on you, sir, not me. It's
Engagement
all on
ring.
you. What else did we talk about? I forget. We talked about so many random things that I was like, do people talk about these things on brunch? Like when they're out to brunch, I don't think that they talk about these things that we talk about.
Penis size? Definitely not. That was definitely just us.
At one point, there was a porn conversation.
Oh.
That one threw me for a loop.
What about porn?
I'm not going to get into it. But there was a whole conversation on porn.
give us the gist, the high level.
No. Again, you should have fucking listened.
I clearly
should
was
have
not
paid
listening to
attention.
anything.
You were listening to nothing. You were in your own world, but you were happy as shit because you were just smiling the whole time.
It was great.
We had a
It
great
was a
day, like an
day.
all
It was
around
a
great day.
day. You and I had some crazy conversations at the end of the day. Like, I
In-depth
learned new
combos.
things about you. You probably learned new things about me.
Yep.
And then AJ was there. He was just like, I'm just here.
Poor AJ, because he had to like be sober because he was driving me.
Yeah. Because at that point, we were very drunk and he was very sober.
Yeah. Ah,
So
he still loves me though, so I guess it couldn't have been that bad.
he's a trooper. I mean,
That's for sure.
even now that I'm sober, well, I had a drink before this, but even now that I'm not really drunk, it was not that bad of a time for him because I feel like it was a good conversation. And like, even if I was sober during that conversation, it still would have been a good conversation.
Yeah, no, I think he just enjoys listening too to like what people have to say. So I don't think he had a bad time. I just felt bad because at one point I was like, "Oh, I'm real drunk. You're real sober," and I was like, "That sucks."
I think my favorite part was you crying over gluten-free pizza.
Okay, it was the best gluten-free pizza that I have ever had. I've been searching for good gluten-free pizza for months now. And we're supposed to be like the pizza capital of the world in New Jersey. And I cannot find good gluten-free pizza fucking anywhere except for this place. It was so good. I ate the leftovers the next day and I was like just as excited about the leftovers as I was eating it the day prior.
I don't know
And then
why
I wanted it for dinner.
I didn't try it. I was like, you love this pizza so much and I didn't even try it.
Well, probably because you wanted me to have all of the pizza because I loved it so much.
That's it.
That's a good friend.
And also AJ and I shared a large pizza to ourselves.
Yes. So you probably had your own fill and you were probably good to go. That's probably more likely what it was. It wasn't so much you being a good friend and letting me have my entire gluten free pizza to myself. It was probably more of like, I'm just full, so I won't eat hers.
But let's go with the first part.
Yeah, the first one just sounds better.
Exactly.
But we had such a nice time. I'm like so glad that we all got together and had such a ridiculous, reckless, out of control day because I leave Saturday and you have an announcement.
Is this about to happen?
Yeah, I think it's about to happen.
Okay. So our original plan, a little backstory. Our original plan was I was going to announce it here first and nobody was going to know about it before this episode, right? Not a
Right.
person. Well, that's a lie. Like close people in my life.
Yeah.
But nobody outside of my close friends was going to know about it until this episode. And then I've been working on this video. Okay. I've been working really hard on this video. And I don't do enough creative things for myself. And this was a one project recently that I was like, I'm really excited about this. And I'm going to make this video about me doing whatever. And I'll release it after we release the episode. So you'll hear it first, whatever. Okay. So we had this great plan. And then I go out to brunch with Scary Jones and Carla Marie and not Anthony and
It's so easy
Sam.
to say and Anthony after that. And it's
Yep.
not like he was
You
not
got me. I
there.
was like, Carla Marie, nope, not Anthony. It was Scary, Carla Marie, Sam,
Sam's boyfriend.
William. Was it just us?
Mm-hmm.
The five of us. Okay, so it was just the five of us, right? So I tell Scary, like, hey, this is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. So Scary goes on his fucking podcast and spoils my news.
Yeah.
And then not only does he spoil the news on his podcast, he spoils the news on the freaking morning show.
Well, not on the morning show, but on the 15-minute, like the podcast, which is essentially the same thing.
Okay, so it's this daily podcast that they do every day. Okay, so that was my fault though, because I didn't tell him that he spoiled the news because I didn't want to make him feel bad. Because he didn't know. He was just, he was just excited for me. Anyway, the news. I'm moving to Napa, California.
Hell yeah, you are. So
Next
soon.
month.
When are you doing it? Next month.
May something. I don't know the exact date yet because there's a lot of logistics. But the end of May, I'm moving to Napa, California, 2,800 miles away from where I am right now for my job.
And I'm so excited that you're doing this.
I've never lived outside of New Jersey. I've never been outside of New Jersey for more than 2 weeks at a time.
Mhm.
And I'm packing up my life. I'm getting out of this shithole apartment with all the fucking mice and cockroaches and all the problems that we have. I'm finally leaving and I'm going to a beautiful apartment in Napa.
It's so pretty. I'm so
And
excited for you.
I'm beyond excited.
I'm so excited for you.
And you and I are taking on the craziest journeys ever. And I'm so pumped for us.
I'm so
And
fucking pumped for us.
to answer people's questions from before, we are continuing the podcast. We are not ending it like we did last time. You are going to follow us through this journey. We
This
will
whole
be with
thing.
you. We will be talking to you throughout the way. We will be sharing our experiences. We will be hearing your life experiences. And we are all going to share this together.
I'm so excited for you and I'm so proud because one of my most annoying things that I nag you about is the fact that you never left New Jersey because I think everyone should move away from home at some point. And you moved away from home, but you were always like well within range to get home very quickly. Like
Yep.
2-hour ride max, right? Like it's really not that far. So I was always nagging you to move somewhere. And you'd always like play with the idea and be like, maybe I'll move here. Maybe I'll move there. But you would never actually do anything about it that I didn't know just how serious you were about this until you had finally said, everything's official. It's actually happening. And I am so fucking ready for you to do this because it's going to be amazing for you.
Thank
You're
you.
going to learn so much about yourself.
Well, that's the thing. And I've talked about this before, and now I can talk about it more freely since everyone knows what's happening. Is that I am so bad at being alone, right? Like, I always have a girlfriend and whatever. I mean, I've been single for a pretty long time now, which is good. But I hate being alone. And this is going to force me to do that,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this has been in the works for, I can't even tell you how long. Like, it was,
Forever.
I told you so long ago, and it was in the
So long
works
ago.
even before that.
Yeah.
So it's finally happening. And I went back and forth for so long, right? So they came to me and they're like, hey, we want you to move to Napa. And I was like, huh? What? And they're like, yeah, we want you to like do what you do, but in Napa. And I was like, can I think about it? And they're like, yeah, whatever. So it took me a long time. I was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I was like, do I want to move? No, I don't really want to move. I really love my life here. My whole family's here, blah, 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 but I really want the experience, blah, blah. Okay. The thing that convinced me, and this is I'm very happy to share this with you listening. A very good friend of mine said, what are you going to look back at in a year, 2 years, 5 years from now and think, what if more? And I was like, you know what? That's literally all I needed to hear. Because I said, I know the answer, right? I know what's going to happen if I stay here. I was going to move
Mm-hmm.
in with my friend Andrew, and we were going to move to Jersey City, New Jersey, and it was going to be great. And we were going to live in this nice new apartment. And I was going to continue my job, and I was going to hang with my friends and see my family all the time. It was going to be the same thing I do all the time, right? My very comfortable life.
Mm-hmm.
But it was that question of what if. That's it. 2 words. What if? That I was like, I have to go
Hell yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
you
don't
do.
know. I don't know. And I need this experience, and I need to be alone, and I need this for my personal growth and whatever. And I need to stop being in relationships and revolving my life around relationships and being super comfortable because I've lived a majority of my life very comfortable. And this is going to be so fucking uncomfortable. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone that was really close to me was like, don't do it. And it took me a while to realize I can't listen to the people that are very close to me because the people that are very close to me are going to be the ones that have to answer the phone when I'm crying because I'm fucking homesick.
Which
Right?
is going to happen, and that's normal.
Right. And that's what it was. It was, I had to realize that it's going to suck for a month, 2 months, whatever. You know, it's going to suck.
I'm gonna be
There's
honest
gonna
with
be
you,
times,
that's more like 3 months.
oh,
Yeah.
right, because I'm gonna be in this apartment alone.
Mhm.
Now, when I feel lonely, what do? I hang out with people, whatever. Thank God for FaceTime, right? I can fucking FaceTime people, I can do whatever. But it was
Totally.
just realizing that it's going to be really uncomfortable for a while. And it's
Yeah.
not going to be fun. And
That's
that's
how
when
you
I was okay
grow.
with it. Right. Exactly. And that's when I was okay with the idea of all of this happening. And so finally I said, I'm moving to Napa. I'm going to do it. And so it was like March something, or like the very beginning of March, I think, that it became official. And I started
Yeah.
looking for places and I found an apartment and I have movers and I have everything figured out. And now it's a month away. And I'm moving 2,800 miles away from my home.
And I'm telling you right now, I don't think you're gonna want to come home after you move.
Don't tell that to my mom.
I didn't mean it because I know she listens to this podcast. I take it all back. I didn't mean that at all.
But I'm
But no,
just
seriously, I
so
think that's what's gonna happen. Or
excited
what's gonna happen
because
is that you're gonna go and you're gonna come back home and you're gonna realize that, like, you're gonna realize one of two things. Either home is where you need to be, and that's like what you want, or you're gonna realize, like, I thought this would be nice, but also I don't like home as much as I thought I liked home. Like, I love home. I love my family. I love my friends. I love all of that. But like at this point of my life, I'm happy to be somewhere else. I'm happy to move somewhere else. I'm happy to experience those things. I mean, when it comes down to it, I used to always say, oh, well, when I decide that I want a family and everything like that, I'll come back home. As I get older, I don't even know if that's exactly what I want to do because you realize that like home's always here and that's nice. And it's nice to come visit. It's nice to see your family. It's nice to see your friends. It's nice to see all the things that change, like storefronts and things like that. But when it comes down to it, nothing else does change. You know, your home is still there, your family's still there, your friends will still be doing the same things that they were doing beforehand. Everyone's like just hanging. So, for the people that go out and they do something and they experience things that are bigger than themselves, you grow to a point where you're like, oh, I don't even know if I want to be home anymore. you feel like you feel like it's too small, you know?
right.
Like you're not congested. What is the word I'm looking for? Claustrophobic because you're like, "Oh my god, everything's like too small here. I need like something bigger to experience." So I think you're going to love it so much and it is going to be hard at the beginning, but eventually you're not even going to want to come home.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna spend, forever out there, but
Doesn't have to be forever.
who knows? I'm locked in for 12 months, so I'm guaranteed spending 12 months out there. And who knows what's going to happen? Maybe I'm going to fall in love with it and that's going to be my new home. Or I'm going to realize, there's a million things that could happen. Like you said, like I could realize that I hate it here or I love it here or whatever. But either way, I never studied abroad, right, in college. So I spent 4 years at college away from home. I never studied abroad because I interned with Elvis during the morning show. And
Mhm.
then I spent the years that I worked for the morning show traveling the world. And it was incredible. And I got the experiences that I didn't get because I didn't study abroad. But I never got the experience that a lot of my friends got of living somewhere else.
Mhm.
Right. And that is crazy. Like my one friend lived in Australia for 6 months. He lived in Italy for a semester, right? A lot of my friends went and lived abroad. And that's an experience that will change your life. And I've
Totally.
had a ton of experiences that have changed my life, but no long term experiences. And this is going to be that moment for me.
I'm so excited to see what you learn about yourself because you're going to learn so much about you. You think that, like, you know yourself, but you don't know shit, bro. Like, you're going to move away and you're going to learn so many parts of you, some parts that you're not going to like so much, others you're going to love, and some that you still have to work on. And that's completely normal and totally fine. And that's all part of this process of growth because that's what's going to happen in this. Whether you come back home in a year, come back home in 5 years, whenever the heck it is, or you move somewhere else after that, whatever it is, the whole point of this is to grow and to become like the best you that you can be.
And I'm excited that we're still doing the podcast because we're going to every single week have a documentation of how we're doing, right? And
Yeah,
so,
it's like a digital diary.
right, not only is this great for you listening to hear, how we grow and what we do and the experiences we have and what we can share, but it's going to be great for the both of us to look back at in however many years and be like, every single week, right? 52 weeks in a year. There's going to be 52 episodes from
Mhm.
my guaranteed 12 months out there of
Yeah.
the evolution of day one, where I'm really fucking sad and I just want to be home with my family, to week 52, where literally not a single person listening, not you or I, has any idea what's going to happen at week 52. And that's going to be really exciting.
I love that outlook, and I'm curious what you're most nervous about.
Being not a drive away from my family,
Okay.
because
That's the
now
one thing that's
I'm
bothering you the most?
I am an hour and a half drive away from my family, and it's incredible. And so, like, this weekend, my sister is going to get a car and she's like, "Can you go with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So Saturday, I'm just going home for the day, right? Can't do that when I'm out there.
Mhm.
It's gonna suck. Gonna be away from my dog, a plane ride away from Bailey.
Yeah, but, when you come home, you cherish the moments at your home even more because they're few and far between, and you kinda get used to it. After a while, it's like, "Oh, this is just life and this is normal." Like, or you may not, and maybe that's what happens for you, but I think that you need to look in the positive end of it and think that, like, eventually it's just going to be like, "Okay, this is just normal life and that's okay." Also, your family's so close. Like, I know your parents and your sister and are like, you guys are going to see each other because you're gonna keep going back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, they'll come see you. You'll come back home. Things like that, holidays, you're obviously going to come back home for those things like that. You will see each other. It doesn't feel like you're ever going to, but you will see each other. My parents never came to visit me. But also, I moved at the worst time ever where halfway through my year, the pandemic hit and nobody could come see
Yeah,
me. So, but even then, and that part sucked and it was sad. But by that point, I was like, well, it's not like I see them every day, anyways. And you just kind of get used to it. Sounds weird and it sounds like like there's no emotion attached to it, but there is because it does suck at certain points. You know what I mean? Like there's going to be times where things are going to happen to you and all you're going to want to do is talk to your family or see your family or your best friend or whatever it may be, and that's not going to be as easy to do right now. But you really just like your life changes and you adapt. You adapt and you evolve. And that doesn't mean
yeah,
that you don't love your family, and it doesn't mean that you're not close to them if you evolve and you don't want to see them every day anymore, you know?
yeah. A lot of people are like, "Do you know anybody out there?" And the crazy thing is, I know one person, but that one person has already introduced me to multiple people, right? And
Love
he's
that.
been like, "Oh, there's this like like a wine tasting group that we're starting, and like you can join and whatever." So like,
Oh,
I'm not worried about meeting people, which is weird because I've lived in Hoboken for 5 years, which is where I live right now, and I don't have a large group of friends here, right? Like I don't have like a Hoboken group of friends. But there, I'm not really worried because I work in the wine world and Napa is mostly people that work in the wine world. So I don't
mhm.
think it's going to be hard to meet people or
You
make
already have a
friends.
connection there, you
Right.
have
I
something to
have
talk
that one
about.
connection that's going right. I have the wine connection, but I also have that one friend that will butterfly into more friends. So it's going to be I'm at first was super nervous and super hesitant, but I'm now legitimately really really pumped.
Oh, I would love to hear that. You're gonna get nervous again before you leave, but then you're gonna get pumped again. That's like the wave of emotions that you go through. You get really nervous at first, then you're like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I'm pumped. You see all your friends because you're saying goodbye to everybody. So you're out all the time and you're always doing things. So you're not really thinking about it too much. Then it comes up to like 5 days before you leave. And then you start to get a little nervous again. Like, even with me, I'm starting to get a little nervous again, where it hits you. oh shit, this is really, really happening. This isn't just a thing that I've been talking about for a month or however long it is. This is legit and I'm about to do this. So you get nervous again. And then you get there and for the first few days, you feel a little shitty, but then you start exploring, you start to go out, you start working again, keeping yourself busy. And then you'll have little moments, waves of being sad. And then you're fine. And then you're sad. And then you're fine. And then about I don't know, 3 months in, 4 months in, you're like, fuck it, I don't even care about anything anymore. You get so in a groove and you're just like excited then at that point to just keep doing what you're doing every day and learning more and more about you and the place that you are and the people that you can meet. Who knows? You can move there and you may meet the love of your life who you've been waiting to meet for so long.
Also, don't tell my mom that.
Maybe the love of your life is in Napa.
Who knows?
That would be fucking crazy.
It would be crazy. It's also, so my friends are all like, I think you said this too. You're like, how long are you going to go without downloading the dating apps?
2 days.
No, I said at least a month.
I'll put money on 2 weeks.
we need to start a pool.
2 weeks in.
Of how long it's going to go.
I am very excited for you. I think this is going to be amazing. All the things that you may feel nervous about or don't know how you feel about are all very normal things. But this is going to be really good for you. I'm very excited. And I will be there when you want to cry on FaceTime.
Oh, that's 100% going to happen.
Whenever you want to cry on FaceTime, I'll be there. The first thing I did, I think I said this last week, that the first thing when I got to LA, I went to Yuritsa's house. And I waited for her to come home. And by the time she walked in the door, I was just sobbing because then I saw her and it just made me sad. And I just instantly got so upset about the fact that I was there. And that's all normal. Embrace all the emotions, embrace all the thoughts, embrace all of those things because they're all totally fucking normal. All of it.
It's going to be great.
You look like nervous right now after me talking to you.
I am.
Am I making it worse? Am I making it worse?
No. It's just becoming more real because I've been saying to everyone, like, it hasn't really hit me, you know? And I was like, at what point is it going to hit me? Is it going to be when I get on the plane? Is it going to be when I get off the plane? Is it going to be when I step foot in my apartment? But
you know when it's going to be real?
The good thing is when?
Because your best friend's going with you, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. So if your best friend's going with you, it's going to be when he leaves. That's when it's going to hit you.
Oh. That's going to be really bad.
Yeah, that's when it's going to hit you. And if he doesn't go with you, then it's going to hit you probably like once you're settled and it's your first like night alone is when it's going to hit you.
Oh, that's the other thing. I've never lived alone, right? And I'm about to go live alone.
But you're going to be in an apartment complex and you're going to meet so many people just from that alone. I met so many of my friends in my apartment complex in LA.
Well, you also lived in a small one. This one's like rather large, but I hope I meet people. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to live in a complex. And also, you know, because now I live in a place where I have a lot of problems. So I wanted a little bit of an upgrade since I've dealt with this for so long. And this is a huge upgrade.
Definitely an upgrade. I saw the pictures. It is gorgeous.
Thank you. It's going to be pretty sweet.
See, so like there's a lot of positives and there's going to be negatives, but the negatives turn into positives.
I have a balcony, like an outdoor space. Like I can open the door and step out and this is my space.
Yes. Ha. My space.
My space. Now, do you know what I have? I have a fire escape. I hang out there sometimes. It's kind of nice, you know? It's nice to have a fire escape, but it's not the same.
Yeah, definitely not the same as what you have when you go to Napa. That is a totally different setup, my friend.
So yeah, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, Ricky's moving to Nashville on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm moving to Napa, California in a month. And our lives are just getting started.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on. All very exciting stuff, though. And I hope I didn't make you more nervous than you already were because you still kind of look nervous. So I think what we should do is transition now so that I don't make it worse.
To Hot Mess Express?
Yes.
We skipping another topic
keep
again?
Making it worse. I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, Hot Mess Express this week. We were talking about this. I said, I'm going to take the Hot Mess Express.
Which has me really nervous.
I have a Hot Mess Express story.
I'm so nervous.
Okay, wait, when did we go to brunch?
Sunday.
Saturday? Sunday. Okay, you ready for my Hot Mess Express story?
What is it?
Sunday.
Just Sunday as a whole?
The whole day is this week's conductor of the Hot Mess Express.
Sunday
Sunday,
itself is the
April,
conductor.
whatever day it was, 11th? No,
11th.
10th.
It was the 11th.
That day was just a roller coaster, just like the last few episodes that we've done. It was unlimited alcohol at brunch, and then another bar, and then we came home, and then we had pizza, and everybody was
And
fucked
Yari
up.
and I were late to brunch too.
Oh god, you guys were half an hour late and made me sit there for fucking half an hour, and everyone was just staring at me the whole day. That's what I get for
don't want to
being
be like this.
early.
I can't help it.
I'm just mad at myself because I know you guys are always late, and I should have just assumed that I should have shown up late. But I didn't.
Yeah, we were like a half hour late. Then we drank a lot of mimosas, and then we went from mimosas to another bar. We walked in the rain with no umbrellas. I didn't have a coat because it was raining. And we went to another bar where we drank more.
Oh yeah. No umbrella in the rain, that was another thing. Okay, and then everyone buying us fucking drinks. So like one of our listeners,
we had Katie.
Katie bought us drinks, and then Erica from Almost On Air with Erica and John, they bought us a round of drinks, and it was just like, oh my god, because we were drinking enough already, and then it's like, oh, this person bought us drinks, we have to get another round. The whole day,
Yeah, that was like our excuse that we didn't need. Like there was no need for an excuse,
quote unquote.
But we totally used it as an excuse.
Sunday, aka brunch day for us, April 11th. It was official conductor of the Hot Mess Express.
You know what? I accept that. And thank you to Katie. And obviously, Erica, we already spoke. I haven't been able to thank Katie yet. So thank you, Katie, for our shots that we had. That was the other thing. We were drinking shots.
It was a lot.
There was a lot. I cried over gluten-free pizza. We had very in-depth conversations.
It was a good time.
There was a lot happening. Yeah, you're right. That's the conductor. Sunday. Sunday, April 11th, 2021. The conductor of the Hot Mess Express.
And that's it. So make sure you share us with a friend. Also, today I wanted to mention, if you're looking for other great podcasts to listen to, I wanted to mention our good friends, Erica and John. They have a podcast called Almost On Air. Or, of course, Carla Marie and Anthony. We talk about them all the time. Their podcast, My Day Friday, or they have a show on Twitch. You can text us. We've been getting a lot of good texts lately, which is awesome with all this good news.
Texts.
I've been responding to all of them, which is awesome. Text us at 201-588-5139 or follow us everywhere at 20SDN. And also make sure you share us, because otherwise we're not going to be able to keep doing this if you don't share us with a friend.
Also, don't forget, our candles go on sale April 19th.
Holy shit. We were going to show each other our candles.
So they go on sale April 9th. I think it's going to be more fun. I think when it launches, we should FaceTime each other and look at what our candles are, because we still don't know what each other's candles are.
I think we should do
Mine's
an Instagram
downstairs.
Live on Sunday when they launch.
Okay, then we should do an
when do they
Instagram
launch?
Live.
On the
I'm like,
19th?
mine's downstairs and I don't want to go downstairs.
Okay, do you want to
you
do it?
showed AJ your candle and he forgot what the candle was. And I was like,
so
what
risky.
kind of sidekick are you? You're a horrible wingman.
So risky. I was like, why did I show him? He's clearly going to tell her exactly what it was.
He didn't even tell me. He forgot. The next day I was like, what was the candle? And he was like, oh, I don't remember. And I was like, you're the fucking worst.
All right. Well, we'll have to do something at some point after you move, once you are a little settled in, so we can
you got it.
Promote our candles and stuff.
Yes. The 19th, they go on sale. Obviously, you want to buy mine because it's going to be better than Jake's, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. Mine's going to be better. Good luck with your move. It's happening in Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 2 days if you're listening to this when we release it.
Yeah, it's really soon, and I am not prepared in any way, shape, or form. So it's going to be quite interesting.
Oh, God. Good luck. And I can't wait for next week's episode when you're in a new city, and
I'll give you a tour.
We're going to have so much to talk about.
then if you watch on YouTube, you could see what my apartment looks like.
Love it. It's gonna be great.
Okay, catch you next week.
Bye.